When you grow old, 7 signs someone is extremely jealous of you. As we grow older, life often feels like a patchwork quilt, each piece representing milestones, relationships, and lessons. By the time you reach 65 or beyond, you've gathered a lifetime of experiences, wisdom, and accomplishments. For many seniors, this is a season of reflection, gratitude, and sharing your light with others. Yet, even in this stage of life, there can be people whose jealousy casts a shadow over your peace. Jealousy isn't limited to youth or middle age. It lingers in human nature, sometimes becoming even more pronounced later in life. It can appear in unexpected places: a close friend, a sibling, a neighbor, or even a member of your church or community group. Recognizing jealousy and handling it with grace is vital to protecting your emotional well-being. Here are 7 signs someone may be jealous of you and how to deal with it wisely. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. 1. They downplay your achievements. As you journey through the golden years of life, there's a special kind of pride that comes from looking back at all you've accomplished. Whether it's the career you built, the family you nurtured, the friendships you cherished, or the countless small victories that shaped your story. These milestones hold deep meaning, yet there will always be people who can't seem to honor those achievements. Instead of celebrating with you, they find ways to belittle or downplay them, making you feel as though your efforts and triumphs were nothing extraordinary. Imagine sharing a moment of pride about a meaningful accomplishment, perhaps a story of how you helped your grandchildren navigate a tough time, or a memory of a project you spearheaded decades ago that left a lasting legacy. For most people, such moments would inspire applause or admiration. But for someone consumed by jealousy, the response is often far from celebratory. They might say, "Oh, anyone could have done that," or, "It's not as big of a deal as you're making it out to be." Their words cut deep, not because you doubt the value of what you've done, but because it's hard to understand why someone you care about would diminish your hard work. The pain lies in the subtlety of their dismissal. It's not always outright criticism. Sometimes it's a tone, a shrug, or a simple change of subject that leaves you feeling unseen. They might shift the conversation to their own experiences as if to remind you that whatever you've done pales in comparison to their story. Their inability to validate your accomplishments reflects their own struggles. Deep down, they are grappling with feelings of inadequacy, unable to reconcile your successes with the perceived gaps in their own lives. In moments like these, it's important to remind yourself of one crucial truth: your worth is not dependent on someone else's recognition. You didn't live your life to impress others. You lived it with intention, resilience, and love. The value of your achievements isn't diminished by their inability to acknowledge them. It's reinforced by the lives you've touched, the lessons you've learned, and the legacy you've built. When someone downplays your achievements, see it for what it truly is: a reflection of their own insecurities, not a commentary on your life. Their words or actions reveal more about the gaps they feel in their own journey than about any shortcomings in yours. They are projecting their struggles outward, trying to make sense of their emotions in a way that shields them from self-reflection. At this stage in life, you've gained the perspective to know that not everyone will understand or celebrate your journey, and that's okay. You don't need every voice in the room to cheer for you, because the applause that truly matters comes from within. Take a moment to honor yourself for everything you've achieved, no matter how big or small. Reflect on the challenges you've overcome, the people you've supported, and the love you've shared. When someone tries to belittle your accomplishments, respond with grace. You might say, "I'm proud of what I've done, and it's meant a lot to me." Simple words, yet they carry profound power. They remind both you and them that your life's meaning doesn't hinge on their approval. By standing firm in your pride and refusing to let their jealousy affect your self-worth, you set a boundary that protects your peace and affirms your value. Most importantly, keep sharing your stories. For every person who can't celebrate with you, countless others will find inspiration in your journey. By living authentically and unapologetically, you create a ripple effect of encouragement, proving that it's never too late to honor your path and keep striving for joy. Your achievements, whether grand or modest, are the threads that weave the fabric of your life. They are a testament to your resilience, courage, and unwavering spirit. No one, no dismissive comment, no envious glance can ever take that away from you. So stand tall, speak your truth, and let your light shine. Your story matters, and it deserves to be celebrated. 2. They can't celebrate your joy. One of the greatest gifts of growing older is the ability to find joy in life's simplest moments. Whether it's the pride of watching your children or grandchildren thrive, the excitement of trying something new, or the peaceful contentment of a quiet afternoon spent with a cherished friend. These moments of joy become the heart of your days. Yet, not everyone around you will share in your happiness. Sometimes, even those closest to you find it difficult to celebrate your joy, and their inability to do so often speaks more about their struggles than about you. Picture this: you've just shared a piece of wonderful news, perhaps a family reunion you're looking forward to, a health milestone you've reached, or a new passion you've discovered in your retirement years. For most people, such news would be met with smiles, congratulations, or even a warm embrace. But instead, you're met with silence or a distracted response. Maybe they quickly change the subject or offer a lukewarm comment like, "That's nice," without looking up. The enthusiasm you expected is absent, leaving you wondering if you've done something wrong. This kind of reaction can feel like a subtle betrayal. After all, joy is something meant to be shared, especially with those who know us well. However, when someone can't bring themselves to celebrate with you, it's often a reflection of their inner battles. Your happiness serves as a mirror, reflecting their perceived shortcomings or unfulfilled dreams. Instead of finding inspiration in your joy, they may feel reminded of what they lack, whether it's family, purpose, or contentment. It's challenging to navigate these situations, especially when they involve people you care deeply about. You might find yourself questioning your own happiness, wondering if you've been insensitive or overbearing in sharing it. But here's an important truth: your joy is not a threat to anyone else. It is a light meant to be shared, not hidden. If someone feels uneasy in the glow of your happiness, that unease is theirs to resolve, not yours to bear. Rather than internalizing their reaction, remind yourself of the importance of honoring your own feelings. Your happiness is hard-earned, built on decades of effort, resilience, and growth. Whether it's a small victory or a moment of peace, you have every right to cherish it without apology. The ability to find joy, especially in the later stages of life, is a testament to your strength and perspective. Don't let anyone make you feel as though your joy is unwelcome or undeserved. At the same time, it's worth practicing compassion for those who struggle to celebrate with you. Jealousy often masks pain, regret, or fear. Their inability to share in your happiness might stem from loneliness, a sense of loss, or feelings of inadequacy. While their reaction isn't your responsibility, understanding its roots can help you navigate the relationship with grace. When faced with someone who can't celebrate your joy, choose kindness but maintain your boundaries. You might say something like, "I understand this may not be exciting for you, but it means a lot to me." Such a statement affirms your feelings while offering them a gentle invitation to reflect on their own response. If they are willing to work through their emotions, they might begin to see your joy as an invitation to share in something positive rather than a source of discomfort. However, if their inability to celebrate becomes a pattern, draining your energy or casting a shadow over your happiness, it's okay to create some distance. Surround yourself with those who uplift you, whether they're lifelong friends, community members, or new acquaintances who share your zest for life. These are the people who will clap for you when you win, cry with you when you lose, and walk beside you through all the seasons of life. Remember, your joy is a testament to the fullness of your journey. It reflects not only what you've achieved but also the lessons you've learned and the gratitude you carry for life's blessings. In sharing your happiness, you're offering others a glimpse into what it means to live fully and authentically. Whether they embrace it or not, your joy remains a gift, and no one's inability to celebrate it can take that away from you. So keep sharing your light. Let your laughter fill the room. Your stories inspire those around you, and your gratitude reminds others of the beauty in everyday moments. In doing so, you honor not only your own happiness, but the resilience and spirit that brought you to this moment. Joy, after all, is contagious, and the more you share it, the brighter the world becomes. 3. They talk behind your back. By the time you reach a stage in life where wisdom outweighs impulsiveness and reflection takes precedence over trivialities, you begin to cherish authenticity in your relationships. Trust becomes a treasure, one that's built over years of shared experiences, mutual respect, and understanding. That's why discovering someone speaks behind your back can feel like a profound betrayal, especially when it's someone you've trusted or thought well of. When jealousy seeps into someone's heart, it often takes the form of whispered words spoken in rooms where you aren't present. These whispers are rarely outright accusations. Instead, they are subtle jabs, exaggerated interpretations of your actions, or criticisms disguised as observations. They might say, "Well, she's always been lucky," or, "He thinks he's better than the rest of us." These words aren't designed to seek clarity or understanding, they are crafted to diminish you in the eyes of others. It's painful, especially when you've spent a lifetime building a reputation of integrity and kindness. The sting isn't just in the words themselves but in the betrayal of trust. You may ask yourself, "Why would they do this? What have I done to deserve it?" But here's the truth, their words are not about you, they are about their own struggles, their own feelings of inadequacy, and their own insecurities. When they see you thriving, celebrating life, or simply enjoying the fruits of your labor, it reminds them of what they feel they are missing. Instead of looking inward to heal these feelings, they project them outward. When you become aware of this behavior, it's natural to feel anger, sadness, or even a desire to confront them. But before you act, take a moment to remind yourself of who you are and the life you've lived. No amount of gossip can erase the impact of your actions, the relationships you've nurtured, or the character you've built over decades. Your worth isn't diminished by someone else's envy. If you decide to address the situation, do so with grace and clarity. A calm conversation, such as, "I've heard some things that surprised me, and I'd like to talk about them with you directly," can open the door to understanding while reaffirming your commitment to honesty and respect. However, if the gossip persists or the relationship feels irreparably tainted, it's okay to step back. Your peace and emotional well-being are far more valuable than trying to mend a relationship rooted in negativity. Remember, the power of gossip fades in the light of truth. Continue living authentically, with kindness and confidence. Surround yourself with those who uplift you and value your presence. The strength of your character will always outshine the shadows of their words. 4. They try to compete with you. At this stage in life, when you've long since moved beyond the need to prove yourself, the idea of competition often feels irrelevant. You've learned the value of contentment, the joy of celebrating others, and the peace that comes from walking your own path. However, not everyone reaches this understanding, and you may find that some people still feel the need to compete with you, driven not by ambition but by jealousy. This kind of competition often surfaces in small, seemingly inconsequential ways. If you share that you've taken up painting, they might suddenly proclaim themselves as budding artists, emphasizing how much better their work is. If you mention a trip to visit family, they might counter with details of their own travels, making it clear that theirs was more luxurious or exciting. Every achievement you share seems to trigger a matching or superior response, as though your joy somehow threatens their sense of worth. What's striking is that these individuals don't realize you aren't playing the same game. You're not striving to outdo them or prove anything, you're simply living your life. Yet, in their eyes, your success or happiness becomes a benchmark, reminding them of where they feel they've fallen short. Instead of finding inspiration in your journey, they see it as a challenge to their own narrative. This constant competition can be draining, especially when it comes from someone you care about. You might feel hesitant to share your joys, worried that it will spark another round of comparisons. But withholding your light doesn't serve anyone, it only dims the joy you've worked so hard to cultivate. The key to navigating this dynamic is to hold on to your sense of self. You've earned the peace and pride that come with living authentically. If someone tries to compete with you, let them. Their need to measure themselves against you is their burden, not yours. Respond with kindness and grace, but don't let their behavior dictate how you live or share your life. If their competition feels relentless, gently set boundaries. Focus your energy on relationships rooted in mutual respect and support. There are people in your life who celebrate your wins without feeling the need to one-up you. These are the relationships to nurture. Life isn't a race, and there's no prize for outshining others. The real victory lies in finding fulfillment, peace, and connection. By refusing to engage in unnecessary competition, you free yourself to continue growing, thriving, and savoring the moments that make life meaningful. Your journey is uniquely yours, and no one else's rivalry can take that away. 5. They make everything about themselves. In the golden years of life, there is a quiet joy in sharing your story, the highlights of a well-lived life, the lessons learned, the moments that made you laugh and cry. However, sometimes when you open up, you might find that someone in your circle has a way of turning every conversation back to themselves. Whether you're sharing a heartfelt moment, a personal success, or even a struggle, they find a way to shift the focus to their own experiences. It starts subtly. You might be talking about a cherished memory, like attending your granddaughter's recital, or a recent trip you've taken to visit a dear friend. Instead of listening and celebrating your moment, they interrupt with something like, "Oh, my grandson is doing the same thing, but let me tell you about his awards." Or, "I took a trip like that last year, but ours was even more special." Before you know it, the conversation has veered away from you and into their world. This behavior often stems from insecurity. A jealous person struggles to let others shine because it reminds them of their own perceived shortcomings. Your success or joy might make them feel invisible or inadequate, so they overcompensate by redirecting attention to themselves. Unfortunately, this pattern leaves you feeling unheard and unappreciated, as though your stories and achievements are less important. The emotional toll of this behavior can be heavy. You might start questioning whether your experiences are worth sharing or wonder if you're overstepping by expressing yourself. But here's the truth: your story matters. Every memory, every victory, and every moment of vulnerability you share is part of the rich tapestry of your life. You deserve to be heard and celebrated just as much as anyone else. When faced with someone who consistently makes everything about themselves, approach the situation with patience but firmness. If they interrupt, gently steer the conversation back by saying, "I'd love to hear about that, but let me finish this thought first." This sets a boundary without escalating the situation. Over time, they may begin to realize that your voice is just as valuable as theirs. However, if their self-centeredness persists, it's okay to limit how much you share with them. Focus on nurturing relationships with those who truly listen and value your perspective, whether it's a lifelong friend, a family member, or a new companion. There are people who will celebrate you without turning the spotlight on themselves. Your life is a gift, not just to you but to everyone you share it with. The wisdom you've gained, the experiences you've had, and the stories you carry are treasures. Don't let anyone's jealousy or insecurity make you feel otherwise. Speak your truth and let your light shine unapologetically. 6. They try to make you feel guilty. Reaching this chapter of life, where you've weathered countless storms and savored many joys, should be a time of celebration, a time to honor your hard-earned wisdom, achievements, and peace. Yet, there may be those who, instead of sharing in your happiness, attempt to make you feel guilty for it. This behavior, rooted in jealousy, can be subtle yet profoundly unsettling. Imagine sharing news about a well-deserved vacation, a new hobby, or even the simple pleasure of reconnecting with old friends. Instead of congratulating you, someone responds with a comment like, "Must be nice to have so much free time." Or, "I wish I had it as easy as you." These remarks might seem harmless on the surface, but they're laden with resentment, designed to make you feel as though your joy is a burden or an injustice to others. This attempt to guilt you is not about your actions, it's about their feelings. Your success, whether it's finding peace in retirement, maintaining close family relationships, or achieving personal goals, highlights areas where they feel unfulfilled. Rather than confronting these emotions and using them as motivation, they project their frustrations onto you, trying to diminish your happiness and making it seem as though your accomplishments have come at their expense. It's easy to feel disheartened when someone you care about responds this way. You might start second-guessing your choices or questioning whether you've unintentionally caused them pain. But here's the truth: your joy, your success, and your peace are not things you need to apologize for. You've worked hard to reach this point in your life. The sacrifices you've made, the lessons you've learned, and the resilience you've shown have all brought you here, and no one has the right to make you feel guilty for embracing the rewards of your efforts. When faced with these guilt-inducing remarks, it's important to respond with both kindness and strength. A calm but firm statement like, "I've worked hard for this stage of my life, and I'm grateful for it," can acknowledge their feelings without allowing their negativity to affect your confidence. By standing firm in your truth, you remind both yourself and them that your joy is well-deserved. At the same time, focus on cultivating relationships with those who celebrate your happiness wholeheartedly. These are the people who see your success as an inspiration rather than a threat, who cheer for you without hesitation and uplift you in moments of doubt. Surrounding yourself with this kind of support will help reinforce your sense of self-worth and keep you grounded in what truly matters. You owe no one an apology for the life you've built or the happiness you've found. Their attempts to make you feel guilty are a reflection of their struggles, not a measure of your actions. As you continue to navigate this journey, hold your head high and remember, your joy is your own, and it is something to be cherished, not hidden. Keep living boldly and unapologetically, knowing that your happiness is a testament to the life you've lived and the person you've become. 7. They avoid supporting you. In the later stages of life, when every moment becomes an opportunity to savor, grow, and share, the support of those around you holds profound importance. A kind word, a warm embrace, or even a simple nod of encouragement can be a source of strength. But sometimes you find that certain people who should be cheering you on seem absent in their support. They pull back, remain indifferent, or even avoid engaging with your journey. Their silence, deliberate or unconscious, can feel isolating. You might share news about something meaningful, like joining a fitness class, volunteering, or simply reconnecting with an old hobby. Instead of encouragement, you're met with a lukewarm response. They don't express joy for your joy or pride in your efforts. Sometimes, it's a lack of acknowledgement altogether, a subtle but clear signal that they are unwilling to offer the validation you might have hoped for. This withholding of support is often rooted in jealousy, or their own unresolved emotions. They may see your growth as a contrast to their perceived stagnation. Your willingness to explore new opportunities, embrace change, or continue pursuing happiness can serve as a reminder of the chances they feel they've missed or are too hesitant to take. Rather than facing those feelings, they choose to disengage, creating a barrier between you. It's important to understand that their avoidance is not about your worth or the value of your efforts. It's about their struggles, their fears, and their inability to share in the light you're bringing into your own life. Their silence should never make you question your path. Every step you take toward growth and fulfillment is a testament to your resilience and the wisdom you've gained over a lifetime. When faced with this kind of behavior, focus on those who uplift and encourage you. Share your victories and pursuits with people who genuinely celebrate them, friends, family, or even new acquaintances who see your spirit for what it is, inspiring. If you feel compelled to address the lack of support, approach it with kindness. Perhaps say, "It's important to me that we share in each other's joy. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this new step I'm taking." Yet know this: if their indifference persists, you are not obligated to carry the burden of their inability to support you. Your life is your own, and your happiness doesn't depend on anyone else's validation. You've earned the right to live fully, unapologetically, and without hesitation. Embrace your light, and keep moving forward. Life, especially in its later years, is meant to be a celebration of everything you've built, everything you've learned, and everything you've become. But not everyone will cheer for you along the way. Jealousy, insecurity, and fear often manifest in ways that challenge your peace, whether through gossip, avoidance, or a refusal to celebrate your successes. Yet none of these actions diminish your worth or the value of your journey. The power lies in how you respond when you encounter jealousy. Let it be a reminder of the light you bring into the world. When someone avoids supporting you, turn instead to the relationships that nurture your spirit. Keep walking forward, embracing the beauty of your own story and holding on to the knowledge that your life is uniquely yours to live. You are not defined by the opinions or actions of others. You are defined by your courage to keep growing, your wisdom to seek joy, and your strength to face every moment with authenticity and grace. Let no one's envy or indifference dim your light. Your journey has brought you to this moment, and it is worth celebrating every step of it. So keep moving forward with your head held high and your heart open, knowing that the best gift you can give yourself and others is to live your truth fully and unapologetically. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned that you plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment below. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.